Hi everybody, welcome to Daily Deco. It is Friday the 10th of December, and you know what that means. It means that Cyberpunk 2077 has been... Thursday. It means that Cyberpunk 2077 has finally released. For those of you who are into video games, that seems to be a big thing.
Yeah, have you heard about that completely random fact? Yeah, so there's a day one patch. Yeah, but before when you upload the game, you normally have the install. There's a day zero patch, and that patch is 43 gigs.
Good lord.
Basically, don't buy the game until about another month. Wait till the new year.
They'll get rid of all the glitches. But for those of you who don't know, this game has been it was announced 9 years ago or something.
Oh, God knows, mate. It's been in the works for years. And you can't play it if you're epileptic, because you'll just instantly get a seizure, apparently.
Yeah. There was a epilepsy charity basically saying, no, I think you need to upload the game with a epilepsy warning at the beginning.
Yeah.
But
cool,
hey.
Man. There you go. You get your daily. We should become a gaming channel and a brandy butter making channel. That's the future of Simply Scuba.
Two very different demographics that we've never really moved into. But who knows? Maybe it is.
I would love to do a gaming channel, scuba, like just have a gaming section on this channel where we play scuba diving games. That would be fantastic.
We could do. We just need to buy a decent gaming PC.
We need two, so then we have two-player.
Yeah, that would make sense.
And then we can play Grand Theft Auto underwater.
Just only the underwater stuff, just being eaten by sharks. I did see that there's a whole thing about underwater treasure in the latest Assassin's Creed game as well. So
isn't that like Vikings or something? I don't know. So many of those types of
Valhalla. Moving into some of the news that you actually came here for. So the first piece of underwater news, this one comes from Mexico, or Yucatan Peninsula in specifics. So this is is basically a news story from a cave diver who's been for the past few years, he's been organising like cleanups for cenotes. Because they are naturally big holes in the ground full of water, and for like hundreds of thousands of years, humans have been throwing things in. Normally they're for like sacrifices and stuff, and because they were supposed to be like the gates of hell or something.
That's why scuba divers go down there. They're sacrificing themselves.
Yeah,
for the rest of us.
Yeah, most cenotes at the entrance, they do have a depiction of death with his sickle. So there you go. But yeah, in all seriousness, caves are pretty dangerous. But no. So this this particular cenote, the Chenha cenote in COPPA. So this archaeologist has been doing all these different cleanups, and he's found over 100 like electrical meters that have just been like chucked in there, and obviously they have a lot of heavy metals and all that kind of stuff that have been leaching into the water. It's been killing all the fish. They found like 3 skulls of dead alligators or something in this cenote, and of course this fresh water ends up heading towards like heading towards human consumption. So they're like, come on guys, let's be serious. They reckon they've been in there for quite a long time, because a lot of them are quite heavily corroded. But yeah, they divers and volunteers worked intensively for 5 hours to remove 700 kilos of trash from this one cenote, and they're like, yeah, we really need to re-educate local people to not just throw their trash in. Yeah, it's like, it is the old adage of just out of sight, out of mind. Let's just throw our trash in this big hole and sort of make it go away. But no, it's actually it's killing a lot of species, and eventually it's going to end up coming out of your tap. So it's probably not a good idea. But yeah, slightly different type of river cleanup. Now it's sort of moving into the cenotes.
That would have taken some effort as well. There was 100 of those things. It's not like you know, some guy, you know, when you get fly tipping in Kent, they just shove a cabinet or an old mattress somewhere. You got 100 of these things.
Yeah, I mean, granted, they're not huge. They're just a electricity meter.
You would know, Mark. You put them there, so.
That's a long way to go from Kent.
It's not. It's just around the corner.
Yeah, just to get rid of some electrical meters. But
get the high speed. You're fine.
Yeah, it's just, come on, guys. There are better places to dispose of stuff and recycle them.
Yeah, the ocean. It gets rid of it. Don't do that.
The next news story comes from the Arabian Gulf. So this was a 6-meter long whale shark, so actually quite a small whale shark, was rescued it's like a man-made lagoon on the island of Abu Dhabi. This sort of whale shark just kind of got lost, basically, and divers and sort of volunteers from the local aquariums and whatnot, they all sort of came together to basically sort of catch this sort of whale shark. They put him in a like one of those slings that you saw on Free Willy, and they effectively dragged him sort of out to sea, sort of checking to make sure that he was all right, and then released him safely into the wild.
Where he was eaten by an orca.
That just seemed to be a big news story now. Yeah, just killer whales are just trying to kill everything, it seems.
Yeah, the whale shark came in and said, "I'll be safe in here." Those orcas
I was trying to get away.
Yeah. That's why. Like, if you see the video, if there's a video, he's literally like clinging in. I was like, no,
please don't.
Back.
No.
That's good though. They released it back. That is good.
That's it. It was described as the first of its kind capture and release effort for Abu Dhabi.
Cool.
The initiative
Well done,
proved
guys.
successful. It's.
Whereas if that was in America, they're like, "Oh, it's ill. Let's put it in a tank. It needs to be looked at. Oh no, it can't get released now. Do you want to see him? Here's $20 for a ticket."
Let's do a story and put it in a tank next to a beluga whale.
Yeah.
With really bad sonar.
Hey, I love that movie. I'm glad they changed the ending though. Do you know the original ending is that they were going to stay in the aquarium because it was good for them.
Oh, okay.
But then obviously I think, I don't know whether it was black, like when they were editing it, obviously Blackfish came out and they're like, let's change the ending where they all get released.
Yeah, that was definitely the way to go.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. No, it's really good though. I'm glad that they it got released. Hopefully it won't veer back, but I guess time will tell whether it'll end up coming back into the waters. But hopefully it's all right.
Yeah, it's just one of those things where sort of every time we start sort of screwing around, sort of making man-made lagoons and stuff, making it sort of open to the ocean, then stuff's going to get inside and get caught. But at least there are sort of people and like sort of almost agencies out there. We have a magnificent one in the UK who sort of gets all sort of pin-up heads and stuff, and they sort of rescued it and sort of took it out to where it should have been and then sort of released it. So
it's awesome.
Yes.
Nice work, guys. Nice work.
Today's episode of Daily Deco is sponsored by our very own Teespring store. Today I'm wearing Cave Shark, which is always a popular t-shirt. Well done to Shaun for designing this one. Not you, Shaun, the other Shaun.
Yeah. I'm wearing my French top, Sacre Bleu. My nice stripy. Anyway, carry on with Teesprings, Mark.
As you know, we make our own merchandise through Teesprings. So look downstairs in the description below for a link to our Teespring store.
Are you letting people go into
Scuba.
our basement? Go into the basement. Go downstairs.
Yeah, downstairs. Turn the lights on first because there's things on the floor. Yeah, have a look around the Teespring store. See what you like, and if you are sort of buying something, then remember to use the promo code Daily Deco, all one word, Daily Deco, and that will get you 15% off of your offer. I think you can still get stuff for Christmas. We're getting to that stage where it's getting a little bit close because it does take them time to physically make the stuff. So for a basic t-shirt, you should be okay, but really sooner rather than later if you're buying it for Christmas. If you're buying it for yourself, then yeah, just go nuts whenever you want.
I think, unless you're stateside, I think they're pretty good stateside. They do next day delivery in America, but yeah, if you're you're part of the UK, you're a part of the UK crowd, order it. I'd probably say now, but like by the time this weekend, I would say might be a touch close.
Yeah, most of my teas take about a week.
Look at you.
Placing the order to arrive. Whenever it's arriving to Sean's address in the middle of nowhere, it's normally about
the middle of. I live in the city. I live in Canterbury. It's it's not the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, but there's only one postman that delivers to the entire Canterbury.
We have a post lady actually.
A post lady.
Yes.
Does she identify as a post lady?
I guess so. I don't know. Brave though, mate. It's pretty chilly and she's still wearing shorts.
I know they do.
Madness.
I mean, I do get, because when I'm walking the dogs, about 20 minutes in, I regret putting my big heavy coat on. But I do kind of get it. But it feels like they're kind of flexing a bit. It's like, yeah, what of it? I'm wearing khaki shorts.
Like, cool. I'm nice and warm in my nice rab jacket.
I know. I'm wearing like 3 layers of pants today just to stay warm.
Royal Mail, Teesprings.
Daily Deco, 15% off. The next news story comes from Plymouth, or as I like to call it, Plymouth.
Yeah, I was going to say Plymouth. Yeah, 100% Plymouth.
So Plymouth Sound is well known as the British version of one of these Yucatan cenotes, where people just seem to dump their trash, and they've been doing all sorts of sort of scans and stuff, and they found like just thousands of old car tires that people who don't want to pay to get them sort of disposed of sensibly, they just chuck them in the water and forget about them. So this charity, the Ships Project, I honestly don't know if they're actually a charity. That was just the first word that came to mind. But they have launched a crowdfunder to help sort of raise money and sort of awareness of this sort of problem. And they're basically starting up like diver cleanups, where they're looking for sort of volunteers to sort of come in and sort of survey the area and sort of lift as many of the tyres as possible, and sort of volunteers on the shore will take them, they'll sort of clean them up, and then they'll sort of recycle or sort of dispose of them responsibly. So if you want to donate to that, either money or your time, links will be down in the description below. This current project is called the 1000 Tyres Project. So you can imagine what they're aiming for. They're aiming to lift 5,000 tyres.
What if though? Like, so they do the 1,000 tyres. There's one left. Like, there's the last one in there. So, but the title says 1,000. We have to leave that tyre in there.
I don't think they're going to stop at 1,000.
I think they should.
I imagine.
I'm sorry, but if they don't, it's a breach of something. Title.
I'm going to hope that's their minimum. That they're aiming for.
1,000 tyres, man. What are they doing in Plymouth?
I think a lot of it is just like time. People have just been doing it for years, and because no one gets caught, they're just going to keep doing it. But yeah, so they say we've already sort of have some sort of sonar survey data from Plymouth Sound that shows the location of tyres and other dumped junk on the seabed, but we will collect more. They're basically planning a whole sort of get together, sort of divers and other volunteers on the shore to sort of go in, lift sort of all this rubbish, clean up the Plymouth Sound, and do some recycling, which is awesome.
Yeah, I'm just on their Crowdfunder page right now. So as of recording, it's 16 days. So when this video goes live, there's 15 days left. Their target's 30 grand. You haven't clicked on it, have you, Mark?
I have, yeah.
Damn. All right, okay. So I was going to guess how much they've made, but
I'm going to guess it's about £33,195.
Oh my golly gosh! How did you know?
Something around there.
They've already made their target, and they've still got, as again when this video goes live, 15 days left of operation. So they're going to make more. That's really good.
Yeah, that is cool.
So, because normally with these things, you get it and you look on that, you click on their crowdfunding that we want 10 grand. I've got £25. You're like, oh,
yeah. But they're actually sort of giving out rewards as well, which is quite nice. So if you donate £30, which isn't that much, you receive our newly designed ship's project wreck chart of Plymouth Sound, an A3 printed sort of thing, which is pretty cool. You can hang that up on your wall.
They've missed a trick though. They missed a trick. There should be a higher tier, or the £30 one. You get a tyre, and they pull out, and then you can make it into a plant pot.
Well, hang on. So if you donate £30, you get an A3, like a big. A3's
tiny.
A3's one bigger. Oh.
I don't know. Paper. Who deals with paper anymore?
I know. A3's one bigger than A4, and then I was sort of reading down the £50 reward is A2 poster. I was like, well,
A2's bigger.
A2
yeah.
smaller? No, A2's
bigger. Yeah. £100. Yeah, A2. High quality art. Yeah, paper, and a news. £250. Someone's actually done that. Yeah. Someone's paid a £250 reward.
That's probably one of the guys who like threw a bunch of tyres in but forgot like property of Joe Blogs. He's like, oh no. It's like, if I donate 250 quid, will you just like ignore that?
Bribery, lovely.
But no, sort of good cause. We need to do this kind of more and more.
Definitely.
In all of our waters, because stuff has been just thrown in for years and years and years. So the more of these types of projects, the better. Obviously, if we do sort of hear news of sort of how it went, any sort of photos or videos, we'll sort of share those, so you guys can stay involved. And the final news story comes from BZAC, the British Sub-Aqua Club.
I was going to say, what we can do with that last story before you jump onto BZAC, we can share them. So if we don't see them in a Daily Deco, or if we eventually get back to doing Daily Scuba News, check out our community page. So if you're on mobile, remember, we are a community page. So we share other older videos. We do general chit chats in there. We do votes on mobile. Just make sure that you have videos and community page or posts selected, and then it will show up in your subscription feed. So we'll put some updates to any stories as well. We'll put them up in there, definitely. I think they got a video, so I'll share the 1000 tyre video. I'll do that in the community page. That will be live now, right now, but in the future for us recording now. Anyway, BZAC.
So BZAC have released a notice, as it were, which is basically telling their like instructors and kind of prospective students, doesn't really matter where you started to learn to dive, whether it's PADI, SSI, or NAUI, or whatever it is, you can still like transfer to BZAC sort of very, very effortlessly, because one of the main things about sort of learning to dive is you have all these different training agencies, and they're all very much kind of lined up so that you can't leave. They basically want you to stay with them for obvious reasons. But obviously, real world, they have come up with, like, they call it crossover courses, where basically if you are a SSI something or other and you want to become a Nowie, whatever it is, then you basically sort of work out, oh, okay, well, you're trained to this kind of standard, which is what we would call like this kind of standard, so you're going to have to start here, and then you do that course and then you can progress to the next one up. BZAC are kind of doing one better and going, no. If you're here, that's kind of equivalent to this. So we're going to assume that you've already done this course, so you can go straight onto the next one. And they're also trying to push kind of things like, because BZAC is less of a boom, this is a course for that, boom, that's a course for this, and you got to do that course. They're a bit more comprehensive, so they don't necessarily do like a dry suit speciality. It's just kind of assumed that, well, if you're diving in sort of British waters, we're going to teach you how to dive in a dry suit, and sort of DSMBs and all that kind of stuff. It's kind of like, it's not really a separate course that you have to pay for. If you want to do your sort of next qualification, then we're going to kind of teach you how to do that anyway. Yeah, so it's just them trying to get with like the modern world as it was, or as it were. So yeah, they're very much kind of like trying to show their flag and just like, hey guys, we're still here.
Also, as well, with the whole COVID situation, there are various training agencies that have handled how memberships and training's being dealt with going forward in like subscriptions or whatever. Some companies have done it really well. Some companies have done it really, really badly. So there's actually, obviously, like you said, there's always crossover. People always cross over, but I think there's a lot of flex now due to COVID, where a lot more people have been on a certain training agency and now they're going over to another training agency due to the crossover, which is all free of charge. They've paused subscriptions, they've reduced this, they've reduced that to make it easier for scuba divers in 2021, because you pay a subscription, you pay a training fee or whatever, and you haven't been able to do it this year. You know what I mean? Depending on where you are and how they've dealt with COVID, you know. So again, I think crossover's massive. So I think what BZAC are also doing with this, they're like, guys, you can come over to us as well.
Yeah, that's it. They're just sort of throwing their hat in the ring.
Yeah, definitely.
It has been quite interesting over the past, I don't know, 5 years or something. There has been a definite sort of shift in the powers, as it were. But this last 1 year has really accelerated some things and some sort of big interesting changes. So going forwards, the next 5 years are going to be quite interesting to see how the whole sort of diving training dynamic really changes. And as you mentioned, people sort of with COVID and lockdown, of course we're not traveling, so more and more people are diving at home. So it does make sense to have your sort of local diving agency club, like BZAC, who they're not exclusively diving in the UK, but it's definitely where they specialize. So yeah, if you're thinking about sort of diving at home in the UK, but you've only ever sort of been abroad, it might be worth talking with your local BZAC club and seeing if you can do this kind of, I'm going to call it a crossover course, but it's not kind of a crossover course. But yeah, see what sort of BZAC can do for you. It's
good.
Yeah, it's going to open up new doors, so you can dive sort of at home. Now, the last mention on the article is training from a different agency instructor crossover course. If you're an instructor with Nowie or Paddy or SSI, SSA, whoever it is, yes, you do have to sort of do the BZAC instructor course. You can't just walk into a BZAC club and just go, I'm a BZAC instructor.
Well, that makes sense, doesn't it? That makes sense. You've got to train their way, not the Paddy way. It's like, I'm a Paddy instructor training BZAC. I'll sign you off on BZAC, but you've got the Paddy skills.
So yeah, I mean they've got a nice equivalent scuba qualifications chart, which is very interesting. So they basically break down all of their sort of BZAC courses, and then they sort of say, oh, okay, if you're a CMAS 1-star diver, then that equates to an ocean diver. Yeah, it is interesting. Yeah, so if you're thinking about diving at home, you're sort of not planning any sort of foreign dive trips in the near future, but you've been thinking, a lot of people are saying that British diving is quite good, then yeah, maybe check out your local BZAC club.
Like they say, don't they? If you can dive in Britain and the UK waters, you can dive anywhere.
Yeah, you do have to work for it, and you do have to be another level of diver if you're diving in British waters.
Doesn't matter anyway. Now we've got a vaccine for COVID. We're fine. It's official.
William Shakespeare's got it.
That 90-year-old lady, she became the first person in the world that was outside the test.
I kind of feel bad for her because she was, I want to say Margaret something, but then the second person was like 91-year-old William Shakespeare. So he just took all of her limelight, and everyone remembers his name. But I think it was Margaret.
Bill Shakespeare.
Yeah, Billy.
Margaret Smith.
I also quite feel bad for the guy because he, and I'm stealing this joke from an American talk show host, so I can't remember which. But
right, I'm going to get in trouble for that.
Yeah, but if you imagine you're called William Shakespeare, how are you ever going to get like a dinner reservation? Because you're like, true. Yeah, can I get a dinner table for 4 at 7? They're like, yes, and under what name? William Shakespeare? Yeah, whatever. Thanks, kid. Bye.
Yeah.
No, seriously, my name's William Shakespeare.
You'd have to make up your own fake name just to book tables.
Yeah.
And then like some old guy, like I don't know, he makes up a name. So it's like, what's your name? Oh, Wesley Snipes. No, I don't believe you. I just made that up on the spot. You're not Wesley Snipes. Oh, it's William Shakespeare. Oh, you're having a laugh, mate. William Shakespeare.
Yeah. Oh, no.
That's amazing.
Who knows?
Do you reckon when they do it, so when they make movies and stuff and TV shows, obviously they have to contact people or they have to look at records to make sure that name is common enough so they can use it without it, representing someone or offending someone with that name. Do you reckon like William Shakespeare's quite a popular name, or do you every week he has to get like a notice and go, it's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
You could use William Shakespeare.
I also like the thing that, I can't remember the name of it, but if you want to write about someone but not directly name them, what a lot of people or a lot of writers do is they throw in a really unfortunate character trait, like he has really smelly feet or something. So that way, if someone does go, oh no, you're writing about me, it directly backfires, so they're less likely to sort of throw any kind of legal action because they're almost admitting that they're balding
smelly.
Yeah.
They do other stuff that I was going to say, but then I thought, no, it's 7 a.m. Best not do that.
Yeah, that's.
Don't really want to get copyright strike. Not even copyright strike, just banned for saying something rather inappropriate.
Just straight out banned is no, gone, bye.
Welcome to Daily Deco on the deep web. Cool.
Anyway, that's about it for the news stories. It's getting to that season where it's kind of quiet because people aren't really diving. So the news stories are getting a little bit thin. On the ground. But tomorrow is quite interesting because we've got the Q&A. Friday is the Q&A. So if you do have any scuba diving questions, let us know down in the comments below. And every Friday, Shaun kind of scrapes up all of the sort of interesting questions and comments and queries. And
I don't have to scrape, mate. It's full. It's
full to the brim.
It actually is. All the times and all the years we've done Q&As, this is the most popular that it's ever been.
I remember when we very first started,
Oh, don't.
and we were doing like live shows, and we were like, yeah, send us your questions, and then, like nothing was coming through, and you're like, oh no.
I'm like, hi, my name's Dave from Sittingbourne. How's it going?
Hi, Sean. So now Sean is scraping the cream of the crop off the top of the
That's it. I'm doing this.
Yeah, that's
Scraping
it.
off.
And he basically throws that at me on a Friday
Love it.
morning, and I answer your questions on the spot. So yeah, if you do have any questions, queries, comments, corrections, whatever, let us know down in the comments below, and they will all be answered tomorrow morning. If you
All
have
of them?
any
No, they
news-
won't. Not all of them.
The best, like 8 to 10, depending on length. Yeah, if you have any interesting sort of underwater scuba diving news stories, something that you've been doing, if you've just qualified, and you want us to mention it on the Monday show, then let us know down in the comments below. Don't forget to sort of check out the Cave Diver t-shirt or something that I'm wearing. Head over to the Teespring store and use the promo code Daily Deco to get 50% off. Yeah, that's about it. Thank you for watching, and of course, safe diving.
Stay classy, scuba divers.